Man, you want to talk about a fast fall from grace? One Phil Mickelson is that. I mean, the guy wins the PGA championship, right? He wins it, and he is, all Mr. pointing and thumbs and guns and everything like that at everybody with his shades, and we're loving the way he's playing, and he's bombing it. 50-year-old man bombing it. And this is also right at the outset of people kind of getting sick and tired of the pandemic and let's go outdoors and let's all just, it was the first time we saw a bunch of gallery like a huge gallery behind him. Remember that? He was coming through the gallery. Remember Brooks Koepka, who was coming off on an injury, is just like, can I walk through this, please? He was the man of the people, Phil Mickelson. And yet another brilliant performance by him on the microphone with him and Brady and Rogers and DeChambeau in that remarkable made-for-TV event up in Big Sky Country in Montana over the summer. And then I was hearing rumblings about this, really still don't understand what his problem with the PGA Tour is about rights and the ability to use your own video or what have you and not being able to monetize it. And I'm thinking to myself, how much money does this guy need, right? How many yachts can you water ski behind? But okay, I mean, he's trying to fight whatever fight he feels is necessary for his rights, which, as we all talk about here in this country, is your right. And I almost went, full Beastie Boys there, right? You got to fight for your right? Right. So, and then he then comes this quote from a new book written by Alan Shipnuck, who's been covering golf for decades, about this new Saudi Arabia league that I guess Greg Norman is behind.
Greg Norman is kind of spearheading
and has enlisted Phil Mickelson to try and get a bunch of PGA Tour players to leave the PGA Tour and go on this tour that's backed by the Saudi Arabian government. And the quote from him, according to Shipnuck, said that he agreed that hitching his fortunes to Saudi Arabia, I'm quoting here from the book, admitting that this league was nothing more than what he called, quote-unquote, sports washing by a brutally repressive regime. The quote is, they're scary to get involved with. We know they killed Khashoggi, who is the Washington Post reporter and U.S. resident that walked into the Saudi embassy in Turkey and then never was seen again. And he said, we know we killed Khashoggi and have a horrible record on human rights. They execute people over there for being gay. Knowing all of this, why would I even consider it? Because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reshape how the PGA Tour operates. Calling them manipulative, coercive, strong-arm tactics. And I should say that whatever the PGA Tour is, if they are that, it's not even in the same realm of what he was mentioning about the Saudi government.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of like, what are you talking about, Phil?
Like trying to leverage the Saudi government.
What are you talking about? So he puts out a statement yesterday apologizing for the comments, calling them off-the-record comments, right, and saying he's stepping away from golf. KPMG,
longtime sponsor,
said that they're done. Heineken said a relationship with them is now done. And who knows when we're going to see Phil Mickelson next. And this is the guy who could not be more stopped in traffic or anywhere for a handshake or a photo or what have you, feeling the need that he needs to step aside. Alan Shipnuck is going to join us next on the Rich Eisen Show. So that's coming up in hour number 2 of our program. And your phone calls at 844-204-RICH, also the number to dial here on the show. And, I'm telling you, it's just a stunning fall from grace. Stunning fall from grace. Because the words he said are just beyond the pale of what's important in life and what you stand for in life. And, you know, from somebody who's perceived to have more money than anybody that you know of. And this is what Rory McIlroy had to say when asked about his comments over the weekend here in Los Angeles at the Genesis Invitational, and he minced very little words. Roll it.
I don't want to kick someone while he's down, obviously, but I thought they were naive, selfish, egotistical, ignorant. A lot of words to describe that interaction he had with Shipnuck. It was just very surprising and disappointing, sad. And I'm sure he's sitting at home sort of rethinking his position and where he goes from here.
Well, the rethinking his position and where he goes from here is stepping away from golf. And I don't want to hear anything about cancel culture. I don't want to hear anything about it. It's called a repercussion for what you say, and that's what happens in this world. What I say into this microphone are words. I tell that to my children all the time. I had a conversation with one of them last night about how words matter and words can hurt. And what's also equally as important, if not more so, are actions speaking louder. So Phil has more runway in his life for actions to speak louder than him saying that a fight with the PGA Tour needs to be taken advantage of with people he knows he shouldn't be in business with to begin with. And he's stepping away right now because he feels it's necessary, or even if you think it's something put upon him by society, that's called civil society, making sure that people who are role models with a platform understand that their words have meaning. And I proffer to say we have not seen the last of Phil Mickelson. I want to see him play golf still, but I also want him to just sit around and think about what he needs in life. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.